Under income statement, it has been divided into two parts, that is trading account and profit and loss account. If the sales is less than the purchases and direct expenses, then it is termed as what? Gross loss. Main intention of preparing your trading account is to know the gross profit or gross loss of the business, the expenses which are involved directly in manufacturing a particular product, that is called as what? Direct expenses. Hello everyone, I am Harshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. My dear students, today we are in the second session of your chapter 8, that is from part B, Financial Statements 1, and this is from your first PUC Accountancy syllabus. So already we have discussed few of the concepts in your session 1, so let us quickly recall what we have discussed in a previous session. So in a previous session, I have covered this topic. So we have learnt about meaning of financial statement. Then we have learnt about definition of financial statement. So what do I mean by financial statement? So these are the statements which are prepared at the end of the financial year to know the financial performance, that is profit or loss of the business, and financial position of the business, that is the total of assets and liabilities of the business organization. So those statements which is prepared at the end of the year is called as what? Financial statements. Next, we have learned about objectives of preparing financial statement. So there are two main objectives of preparing financial statement. So the first one is to know the financial performance, that is profit and loss. And the second one is to know the financial position, that is the total firm's assets and liabilities of the firm. Next is users of financial statement. There are a number of users who wanted to know about the financial statement. There may be internal users as well as external users of the organization. So these are the few concepts what we have discussed in your previous session. In today's session, I have told you we are going to discuss about the income statement. Under income statement, it has been divided into two parts, that is trading account and profit and loss account. So in today's session, we shall discuss about your trading account. Now let us see what is this trading account. So trading account is prepared for calculating the gross profit or gross loss arising from the business. So already I have told you, so your whole income statement has been divided into two parts, that is trading account and profit and loss account. So what is the intention of preparing trading account? To know the gross profit or gross loss of the business arising or incurred as a result of trading activities of a firm. So under trading account, we are going to take only the trading activities and find out what is the gross profit or gross loss of the business. In other words, it is prepared to show the result of the manufacturing, buying and selling of goods. So what type of activities we are going to take under trading account? That is trading activities. Under trading activities, we will come across manufacturing, buying and selling of goods. If the amount of sales exceeds the amount of purchase and the direct expenses directly connected with such purchases, so the difference is called as what? Gross profit. So if the total sales of the organization is greater than your purchases and direct expenses. Purchases and direct expenses. So this is termed as what? Gross profit. So if the sales is more than your purchases and direct expenses, then it is termed as what? Gross profit. On the contrary, if the purchases and direct expenses exceeds the sales, so if the direct purchases and direct expenses is more, so here if the purchases and direct expenses exceeds the sales, then it is called as what? Gross loss. So when do we find out the gross profit? If the sale is more than purchases and direct expenses, then it is termed as gross profit. If the sales is less than the purchases and direct expenses, then it is termed as what? Gross loss. Or on the other hand, if the purchases and direct expenses are more than your sales, then it is termed as what? Gross loss. In other words, all the expenses which relate to either purchase of raw material or manufacturing of goods are recorded in your trading account. So what do we record in your trading account? All the expenses relating to purchase, sale of raw materials, and all the direct expenses which are involved in manufacturing a particular product, they are all recorded in your trading account. All such expenses are called as what? Direct expenses. So what type of expenses we are going to record under trading account? Only the direct expenses. What do we record in our trading account? That is purchase of raw materials, then all the direct expenses involved in purchasing the raw material, and sale of raw materials. All these are included in your trading account. So you'll know better when we are discussing about the format and while solving few of the problems relating to your trading account. And remember, this is a very important concept for 6 marks. As per your new question paper pattern, and as well as in your model question paper, they have asked this question for 6 marks where you have to prepare your trading account and find out the gross profit or gross loss of the firm. So hope you are clear about your trading account. Now let us see what is the need and importance of preparing trading account. So preparation of trading account serves the following objectives. So let us see what are the objectives of preparing trading account. Coming to your first one, it provides information about the gross profit and gross loss. Of course, the main intention of preparing your trading account is to know the gross profit or gross loss of the business. So this you have to remember. So why do we prepare trading account? To know the gross profit or gross loss of the business. Next, second one is it provides information about direct expenses. So what type of expenses we are going to record under your trading account? Only the direct expenses. So what do I mean by direct expenses? The expenses which are directly involved in manufacturing a particular product. So they are all termed as what? Direct expenses. For example, lighting. So the lights which are used in order to manufacture a particular product, or the wages which is given to the workers in the factory. So all these expenses are called as what? Direct expenses. Or import duty. So importing of raw materials. So all these termed as what? Direct expenses. Next is comparison of closing stock with those of the previous year. Of course, what is a closing stock of raw materials? So when you compare to your previous year, what is a closing stock? So in order to compare that, we have to prepare your trading account. Next is it provides safety against possible losses. Of course, in order to safeguard our possible losses, we have to prepare a trading account. So hope you are clear about what are the main objectives of preparing trading account. So these are the 4 objectives. Now let us see what is the format of trading account. So this is a format of trading account where you will write the name of the trader or name of the company, and you will write the heading trading account for the year ending. So they'll give in the problem what is the year ending. So you will write the year ending. If you see the columns what are required in order to prepare your trading account, so you will have debit as well as credit side. Under debit side, expenses or losses, amount, and in the credit side, revenue or gain and amount. So you don't have a date column because normally these financial statements are prepared at the end of the financial year. So no need of date column. It is understood that anyhow you are going to mention that year ending in the heading itself, so you will not have a date column. Okay, so your columns required are expenses or losses, amount, revenue or gain, amount, or income or gain, amount. Now how do you start? So this would be the exact format of your trading account where you will start from the debit side to opening stock, next to purchase minus returns. So normally they'll give you trial balance in your question. So purchases amount will be in the debit side and purchase returns amount will be in the credit side. So this you have to be careful. So the amount which is given in the trial balance in the debit side, that will be purchase, and returns the amount which is given in the credit side, that will be purchase return. So 2 purchases less returns, so we'll write the amount in the outer column. Next, all the direct expenses. I have already told you. So what do you mean by direct expenses? The expenses which are involved directly in manufacturing a particular product, that is called as what? Direct expenses. So the first one is 2 wages. Of course, don't get confused with wages and salaries. So wages will be given to the workers who work in the factory, whereas salary will be given to the employees who work in the office. So salary is an indirect expense, wages is a direct expense. Next, to carriage inwards. So while importing, we are paying some of the duties, that is to carriage inwards, to freight, to coal, gas and water. While manufacturing, all these are used. Next, to cleaning charges, to dock dues, to excise duty, to import duty, to factory rent. Here they have specifically mentioned it is factory rent, so it is a direct expenses, and all these dues are incurred while importing the raw materials. Okay. Next is to manufacturing expenses. All these are all what? Direct expenses. So what do we record in your debit side? To opening stock, to purchases, less purchase return, to all direct expenses. Coming to your credit side, we have buy sales, less returns. So sales amount in the trial balance, it will be in the credit side, whereas sales returns amount will be in the debit side. So you have to be careful. So buy sales, less returns, by closing stock. Only this much items will be there in your credit side. So for your first PUC syllabus, it is enough. So one more item you will have, that is buy goods destroyed by fire. But normally you don't have in your first PUC syllabus. So it is more than that. So you will start with to opening stock, to purchases, less returns, to all direct expenses. Direct expenses can be easily identified just to remember. So the expenses which are directly involved in manufacturing a particular product, they are all direct expenses. Or you can assume that the expenses that takes place in the factory, so they are all what? Direct expenses. Next, you will write all the direct expenses in the same way in the credit side, by sales, less returns, by closing stock. Next, what you will do, you will balance both the side. So your balancing figure will be what? Either gross profit or gross loss. So when do we get gross profit? If your credit side is more than debit side, then it is what? Gross profit. Which means that if your revenue or gain is more than your expenses or losses, then it is gross profit. When do we get gross loss? So when your expenses or losses is more than your revenue or gain, then it is gross loss. So if you see here, if you see the format, here I have written it as gross profit, which means that your total of income is more than total of expenses. So you'll get what? Gross profit carried down. So balance both the side. So this would be the format of your trading account. Now moving on to the 6 marks question, I have told you very important question for 6 marks and very easy to score also. Okay. So we shall start with the question. Preparation of trading account, that is a 6 marks questions. From the following balances obtained from the records of Mr. Shankar, prepare the trading account for the year ending 31st/3/2023. So hope you remember the format. By seeing this itself, let us identify which has to be recorded in the debit side and which has to be recorded in the credit side. Now opening stock they have given 2 lakh. So this is what? 2 opening stock in the debit side. Next, purchases, debit side. Sales, credit side. Carriage inward, it is a direct expenses, debit side. Closing stock, credit side. Only this much information they have given. I have told you very easy 6 marks problem. Just go through this. Just you have to know what you have to record in your debit side. Or in order to remember easily, what are the items that are recorded in the credit side? By sales, less returns, by closing stock. Rest all the items comes to your debit side. So we shall start the solution here. So this is the solution and I have already drawn the format here. So debit side it is expenses or losses, amount, revenue or gain, amount. So how do I start your solution? First write the name of the trader. So that is Mr. Shankar. Then write the heading, trading account for the year ending So what is the year ending they have given? 31st/3/2023. 31st/3/2023. So we shall start with the debit side. So we have 2 opening stock 2 lakh. So 2 opening stock. 2 opening stock 2 lakh. Next we have purchases 20 lakh. So 2 purchases. So we don't have returns. So we can write in the outer column directly. So 2 purchases 20 lakh. Next we have sales. So where do we record sales? In the credit side. So by sales 35 lakh. By sales 35 lakh. Next carriage inwards we have. So carriage inwards is a direct expense. So 2 carriage inwards 10,000. 2 carriage inwards 10,000. Next we have closing stock. Closing stock is valued at 5 lakh. So it is in the credit side. So by closing stock. By closing stock, and the amount is 5 lakh. Now we shall balance both the side. So in the credit side it is 35 lakh plus 5 lakh. So that is we have 40 lakh in the credit side. Whereas in the debit side we have 20 lakh plus 2 lakh, 22 lakh, 10,000. So debit side it is how much? 22 lakh, 10,000. So which one is greater? That is 40 lakh is greater. So we'll write 40 lakh both the side. 40 lakh both the side. That is 35 plus 5 lakh, 40 lakh minus 22 lakh, 10,000. So this balancing figure what you got, that is what? To gross profit. To gross profit carried down, and this is balancing figure. So how much balance you will get? That is 40 lakh minus 22 lakh 10,000. 22 lakh 10,000, that is 17 lakh 90,000. So 17 lakh 90,000 is what? This is gross profit. So why it is gross profit? Because your credit side is more than debit side, so it is gross profit. So hope you are clear about this simple problem on trading account where you have to find out this gross profit. Moving on to the next problem. So this is also a 6 marks problem where you have to prepare your trading account. So from the following balances taken from the books for the year ending 31st March 2023, calculate the gross profit. So if they ask like this, prepare or calculate gross profit, it is understood that we have to prepare a trading account and find out the gross profit. Now they have given closing stock. So where do we record closing stock? By closing stock, credit side. Net sales they have given. So by sales, credit side. Net purchases. So 2 purchases, debit side. Opening stock, 2 opening stock, debit side. Direct expenses, 2 direct expenses, debit side. So we shall solve this problem. So how do you start with? So I have already drawn the format. You know the format also. What are the columns required? Now we shall start with whether they have given the name of the trader. No. So we shall start with the heading trading account for the year ending, and the date is 31st/3/2023. So we shall start with closing stock. So we shall start with the format itself. We shall record first opening stock, then purchase, opening stock, purchase, and direct expenses. The items to be recorded in the debit side. So however they give, we have to write in the same order. So we shall start with 2 opening stock. 2 opening stock. 2 opening stock, and the amount is 15 lakh. Next we have 2 purchases. So purchases, that is your net purchases, 15 lakh. Next they have given 2 direct expenses. 2 direct expenses. Direct expenses is 80,000. Next, coming to your credit side, we have sales. So by sales, is 40 lakh. They have not given the returns. So you can write it directly by sales, and by closing stock. By closing stock. by closing stock, that is 2,50,000. So if you see the credit side, it is 42,50,000. Debit side, it is 15 plus 15, 30,80,000. So there it is 42,50,000. So 42,50,000 is greater. So write both the side 42,50,000 minus. So here how much we got? 30,80,000. So debit side is 30,80,000. So your balancing figure is 2. Gross profit carried down, and this is what? Balancing figure. So we shall find out what is the gross profit. So 42,50,000. 42,50,000 minus 30,80,000. So you will get 11,70,000. So you'll get 11,70,000 is the gross profit. Once again we shall recheck, that is 42,50,000 minus 30,80,000. So you'll get 11,70,000. Yes. So our gross profit is correct, 11,70,000. So hope you are clear about this problem. Very simple problem where you can easily score 6 marks. Now moving on to the next problem. So this would be the last problem on your trading account. Preparation of trading account. From the following particulars, prepare trading account of Amitabh Traders for the year ending 31st/3/2015 they have asked. Now they have given us certain particulars. Here itself we shall classify them into debit as well as credit side. So stock on 1/4/2014. So what is the year ending? 31st/3/2015. But what the date here they have given? 1/4/2014. Which means that our financial year starts from 1/4/2014 to ends at 31st/3/2015. So this is beginning and this is end. This is opening and this is closing. Now here they have given 2 opening stock. So it is in the debit side. Sales. Sales we will record in the credit side. Purchases, debit side. Wages paid, it is a direct expense, debit side. Closing stock. So they have directly given closing stock. It is in the credit side. So we shall start the solution. So first we will write the name of the trader, that is Amitabh Traders. So this is a solution. Amitabh Traders, where you will write the heading trading account for the year ending, and the date is year ending is 31st/3/2015. 31st/3/2015. Now we shall start with opening stock. 2 opening stock. How much? 10,000. So 2 opening stock, that is 10,000. Next what we have? We have to record purchases. 2 purchases, 70,000. Suppose there was written, we had to minus written, where you will completely learn in your next chapter. So how we have to deduct the purchase written. So 2 purchases, how much we got? 70,000. Next, 2 direct expenses. So here we have wages paid. So that is 5,000. So 2 wages, that is 5,000. Next, coming to the next one, we have sales. Sales during the year is 75,000. So by sales, 75,000. And next is by closing stock. By closing stock. So closing stock is how much? 25,000. So if you add these two, so let us once again recheck. So by sales, sales is 75,000 and closing stock is 25,000. So 75 plus 25, it is how much? 1 lakh. But here 70,000 plus 10,000, 85,000 we have. So 1 lakh is more. So write both the side 1 lakh. One lakh minus, here it is 85,000. So how much you'll get? 85, 95, 15,000 is what? 15,000 is gross profit. So how do we write? To gross profit carried down, and this is balancing figure. So hope you are clear about it. So in all the three problems, your credit side was more than debit side. So we got gross profit. It doesn't mean that every time you have to get the gross profit, you can get gross loss also. Suppose if the debit side is more than credit side, then total both the side will be whatever the amount you got in the debit side. So that will be there minus the smaller amounts, that is in the amount in the credit side. Then you'll get what? By gross loss carried down, and that would be the balancing figure. So hope you are clear about the problems relating to trading account. Very easy as well as very easy to score for 6 marks. Just remember what are the items to be recorded in the debit side. We'll start with 2 opening stock, 2 purchases, less purchase return, 2 direct expenses. In the credit side, by sales, less returns, by closing stock, balance both the side. If the credit side is more than debit side, it is gross profit. If the debit side is more than credit side, then it is gross loss. So hope you are clear about the problem relating to your trading account. So in my next session, we shall continue with the next concept, that is calculation of cost of goods sold. Again, this is very important question for 6 marks. So from this chapter, you can expect one 6 marks question. So you can get a question on trading account, or you can get a question on cost of goods sold. Most of the time they have asked this question where you have to calculate what is the cost of goods sold. So we shall continue in the next class. Next, we shall discuss the other part of your income statement, that is profit and loss account. So in the profit and loss account, we shall see what is the meaning of profit and loss account, need and importance of profit and loss account, format of profit and loss account, and problems on profit and loss account. Again, you might expect a question for 6 marks under profit and loss account also, but most of the time they have asked a problem on trading account and calculation of cost of goods sold. So my dear students, hope you have understood today's session. See you all in my next session with a new topic. Till then, take care. Thank you.